On KSBZ, the Sports Zone, as the Boise Hawks are in town for 9 straight games. Toyota pregame show, we're going to recap what happened last night in a crazy ball game that we're going to finish this afternoon. That coming up in 2 minutes here on KSBZ. Hello once again, everybody. John Balgini minus Tyler Peterson on this Sunday afternoon as we will conclude last night's game that was stopped in the bottom of the 8th inning due to rain and lightning, etc., etc. But it was a great game back and forth. Boise came out swinging in the top of the first. They scored 3 runs. Chukars were down by 3, but the Chucks came back with 3 of their own in the first inning to tie the ball game up at 3-3. Chukars took a 4-3 lead into the second. Hawks tied it up at 4 in the third. And then in the 5th, Boise took a 6-4 lead. Chukars came back in the bottom of the 4th, led by a triple by Webb Little, a home run by Matt Feinstein. They scored 3 in the 4th, and it was 7-6. Chukars with the lead, but back came the Hawks. They got 1 run in the 5th to tie it up at 7 apiece. Chukars took the lead in the bottom of the 7th, a Kona Quiggle triple, followed by a walk, a couple of fielders' choices, and then with 2 outs, Sam Little hit a triple down the right field line to knock in 2, and Chukars were up 9-7 with only 6 outs left to go in the game. The Chukars brought in Griffin Bremer, who has been lights out. He had 4 great outings, but last night, a night he'd like to forget, he gave up 5 runs in the top of the 8th as Boise went from down 9-7 to up 12-9. And then as we were beginning the bottom of the 8th inning, the rains came, lightning came, and that's when this game was stopped. So the situation today, we're going to play the rest of this ball game. Chukars will bat here in the bottom of the 8th, down 12-9. Then we'll take a 30-minute break, and then we'll come back for the regularly scheduled game, which will be a 7-inning contest. Got it? Got it. Back with more on the pregame show, the Toyota pregame show here on KSBZ, the Sports Zone. Sunday afternoon, sunny skies, 70 degrees, winds blowing out towards center field as we conclude game number 79 in this 96-game season this year for the Pioneer League. Taking a look at the standings coming into today's action, the Billings Mustangs with a record of 17-12. They lead the Northern Division. Missoula in second place. The Chukars a game and a half back, and Great Falls 5 games back. In the South, the Boise Hawks, the hottest team in the league. They've won 15 out of their last 21. They have a 1-game lead over Grand Junction, Ogden 3 back, and Rocky Mountain 10 and a half back. Now, we have good news already on this Sunday. First game of a doubleheader in Billings. The Rocky Mountain Vibes, for the second straight game, defeat the Mustangs in the first game of a doubleheader in the knockout round. And it was former Chucker Manny Ayoke who did it again for Rocky Mountain. Yesterday, Manny hit 4 out in the first round of the knockout round to win. Today, he hit 3 out of the park in Billings. Billings got 0 home runs, so the Vibes beat the Mustangs in the knockout round. So right now, as we sit, the Chukars are 1 game out of first place. Missoula is a half a game out of first place, but then again, Chukars are down 12-9 here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Umpires for this game and the next game, but finishing up last night's game, it's going to be Mike Colson behind the plate. Blair Peepo will be at first base. He is replacing Tegan Smith, who umpired at first base last night, and Rick Daly will be at third base. Umpires looking good with their gray pants and their gray polo shirts. It's Madres Day here at the ballpark, and of course, when the Chukars wear the light blue uniforms, well, they have done darn good. I believe they are 10-2 wearing the Madres jerseys this year, so they'll be wearing the powder blue jerseys for game number 1 of this semi-doubleheader. And of course, game number 2 will be a 7-inning affair that will conclude will begin 30 minutes after this first game is over. Some highlights for the Chukars last night. Matt Feinstein hit his 18th home run of the year. He had 2 RBI. He now has 99 RBI on the season, just 2 away from the all-time Pioneer League record. Webb Little had a triple. He knocked in 2. His RBI total is now 94. Sam Little, Webb's twin brother, went 2 for 4, knocked in a couple of runs. And Hunter Hiskey, he had a perfect night at the plate, a double, a single, 2 walks, and he scored 2 and knocked in 2. As the Hawks take the field here in the bottom of the 8th inning, and they have their closer on the mound, Connor Dand. Connor Dand, right-hander, 6'3", 200 pounds, out of San Clemente, California. Played at Santa Barbara. He's got some great numbers. Dand has a 1-win, 2-loss record. He has 4 saves, and 3 have come against the Chukars. A 4.22 ERA, but against Idaho Falls, Connor Dand making his 4th appearance. He's worked 7 1/3 innings, has given up 5 hits, no walks, and he struck out 10. So this guy has been dynamite against the Chukars. Throws at mid-90s, according to Billy Gardner Jr., the Chukars manager. So we'll finish this game. We're in the bottom of the 8th, 12-9, Boise with the lead, and then we'll play 7 after about a 30-minute delay. Defensively for the Hawks, Tyler Jorgensen at third base, Alejandro Rivero at short. Jason DiCochea, the second baseman, and Vladimir Galindo is the first baseman. Miles Miller in left, Pat Adams in center, Robbie Enriquez in right, and catching is Brian Smith. Dan concluding his warm-up tosses. It'll be the top of the order for the Chucks / Madres, Barmakian, Little, and Feinstein. Billings is lost today. Chukars see if they can take advantage By the way, Billings and Rocky Mountain, they'll play another doubleheader. They're going to play 3 straight doubleheaders in Billings due to the fact that they had 3 consecutive rainouts. There's the throw down to second base, and we're ready to go. Chukars have 2 at-bats, try to make up 3 runs against the Hawks, the hottest team in the Pioneer League. Barmakian last night was 0 for 3 with a walk, a couple of ground outs, and a fly out. So we are ready to play ball. Left-handed hitter Barmakian against the righty Connor Dand, the Hawks closer. And of course, Boise in a playoff hunt as well. They lead Grand Junction by 1 game. Here's the first pitch, and it's going to be a strike 1 called as we resume at 4:01 on this Sunday afternoon. Next pitch from Dan, inside, nearly hit him. Barmakian got out of the way. The count, 1 ball, 1 strike. Dan in 21 innings has 26 strikeouts. He's walked 12. But against the Chukars, 10 strikeouts, no walks. Barmakian swings and misses at a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. And the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. Again, Connor Dand with 4 saves on the season, 3 against the Chukars. Right-hander into the windup. Here's the pitch, and it hits Steve Barmakian on the ankle, and Steve takes one for the team. The Chukars get the leadoff batter on base, and it'll bring up Webb Little, Chukar first baseman. Webb last night was 1 for 3. He lined out to center, sacrifice fly to left, tripled to right, and popped out to the shortstop. Left-handed batter for the second straight time against Connor Dand. Webb swings and fouls out of play to our left. The count 0-1. Not a bad crowd so far on this Sunday afternoon. 70 degrees, winds blowing out towards center field. Chukars trail 12-9, hitting here in the bottom of the 8th. Barmakian with a average lead at first. Pitched a little, that's a little high, and it's 1-1. On the mound for the Chukars in the 9th will be Nate Jenkins, the big, tall right-hander. A runner at first base, nobody out. The count 1-1 on Webb Little. Here's the pitch from Connor Dan, and Webb swings and fouls it back, and it's 1-2. Webb's had a great season, leads the Pioneer League in doubles with 31, second in the league in RBI with 94. The guy on deck, his teammate, Matt Feinstein, with 99 ribbies. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He blew him away, so Little strikes out for out number 1. Now here's Matt Feinstein. 1 for 4 last night. That one hit was a towering home run over the left field fence. Matt came into last night's game batting .388. He's hit 6 home runs against the Hawks this year. First pitch to Feinstein, inside for a ball, 1-0. Outfield playing deep. Center fielder Pat Adams pretty close to the warning track with the wind blowing out. The kick, the 1-0 pitch, swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. 88 on that fastball from Connor Dand, D-A-N-D. Barmakian hit by a pitch at first base, 1 out. The 1-1 pitch to Feinstein, a swing and a miss, and it's 1-2. Good slider that time from Connor Dand, and Feinstein's in a hole. He calls timeout, as he always does with 2 out or 2 strikes. This guy has been lights out against the Chukars this year. Swing and a miss, and back-to-back Ks for the righty, Connor Dand, and that'll bring up Kona Quiggle. Kona Quiggle went 2 for 4 last night, a single and a triple. The third straight left-handed hitter with Hunter Hiskey on deck. Well, the Chukars have not put a ball in play. Barmakian hit by a pitch and then back-to-back strikeouts by the right-hander. Played his college ball at Santa Barbara. And the pitch, fastball, called strike one at 89. Santa Barbara, are they the Gauchos? I'm not sure, but that rings a bell, probably a wrong bell. Next pitch inside, 1-1 to Kona. The big wave with 12 home runs, 65 RBI this year, as he has taken over for the injured Thomas DeBonville in center field. And the Chukars have missed Debo. 1-1 pitch, outside, ball 2. The Kansas City Royals swept the Chicago Cubs today. Hunter Dozier, former Chukar, had a big day. Barmakian at first. This one fouled back to the screen, and it's 2-2. And Dan is one strikeout away from striking out the side. This guy throws hard. Righty-lefty matchup, Dan facing Quiggle. Now Dan steps off the rubber and gets back on. Kona stays in the batter's box. Barmakian with the average lead at first base. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. He struck out the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, a runner left on base. We've played 8. And it's the Hawks 12 and the Chukars 9 here on KSBZ, the Sports Zone. Top of 9, Nate Jenkins will pitch against the Hawks here in the 9th. Jenkins making his 31st appearance this year. Has a 4.87 earned run average, 1 win, 1 loss. He has 3 saves to lead the team. Against the Hawks, Nate is 1-0, but a 9.00 earned run average. He'll face Dicochea, Rivero, and Galindo here in the top of the 9th. Boy, Connor Dan, untouchable against the Chukars in the 8th. DiQuichea last night was 3 out of 5. A double and a pair of singles. Had 2 RBI for the Hawks. First pitch from Jenkins. Ground ball. Barmakian, the third baseman, fields, throws. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the 9th. And now it's Alejandro Rivero. Shortstop. He got a big double last night in that 5-run 8th inning, did Rivero, to extend his road hitting streak to 14 straight games. Rivero out of Miami, Florida, 24 years old, bats from the right side. Has 14 home runs this year, 1 against the Chukars. And the first pitch, a strike, it's 0-1. Chukars in the bottom of the 9th, Hiskey, Kelly, and Brown. 0-1 pitch. Ball hit to right field. Quiggle going back. Brown going back. It's off the wall, and Rivero's going to have a double. That ball got up into the jet stream, wind blowing out, and Rivero has a double, his second double of the ball game, and his second hit. Now brings up Vladimir Galindo. 17 home runs for the first baseman, 6 against the Chukars. Galindo last night had a pair of singles and a pair of RBI. So Rivero's on second as he hit a ball off the wall in right center field just a moment ago. Jenkins checks him. The kick, the pitch, breaking ball is swing and a miss. Good bender by Nate Jenkins. Nate out of Concord, California. Played at UC Colorado Springs, as a bunch of these Chukar pitchers did. 0-1 from Nate. Ground ball, foul ball, third base side, and quickly it's 0-2. Galindo checks his bat to see if it's okay and adjust his batting gloves. Boise in their gray traveling pants. Today, black jerseys with those gold numbers. 0-2 pitch. Fouled off out of play into the parking lot. Count remains 0-2. Chukars with their pinstripe pants and their good-looking Madres light blue jerseys. Jenkins against Galindo. Rivero at second base with 1 out. And that one's off the instep of Vladimir, and he goes down. And he's still down. That went off his left foot. And those are now, he's just laying right there. Trainer is Shane Nelson, attended to Galindo. Went off his left ankle. And he's still on the ground now. He gets up and he's in a lot of pain. But I bet he shakes it off as the fans give him a nice hand. Galindo hobbling around. Count remains 0-2 on the first baseman. Galindo on the year hitting .367 with 17 home runs, 65 RBI, and 20 doubles. He is scheduled to play in game number 2. Yep, right off the inside of his left ankle. Trying to walk it off. In case you missed the first score of the day, we mentioned Rocky Mountain beat Billings in another knockout round. Former Chucker Manny Ayoke did it for the second straight game to help his former teammates. Galindo still trying to shake it off. Takes his batting helmet off, and now manager Gary Van Tol wipes the chalk off his back, and Galindo's going to step back in. 0-2 the count. Rivero with a one-out double. On deck is Robbie Enriquez. By the way, the double by Rivero, the 15th base knock by the Hawks in this game. Jenkins, 0-2 pitch. Galindo, a high pop-up, infield, left side. Van Marter waits for it to come down. It finally does, and there's out number 2. That was up the old elevator chute, and that's 2 outs. And it brings up Robbie Enriquez, the right fielder. He had 2 hits last night, 2 RBI. Enriquez out of Carolina, Puerto Rico. Played his college ball at Indiana State. Larry Bird's alma mater. Left-handed hitter is Enriquez. Rivero at second, 2 outs. And the first pitch from Jenkins is going to be low, ball 1. The Chukars will have Hiskey, Kelly, and Brown in the bottom of the 9th, down by 3. Enriquez trying to make it a 4-run cushion for his team. 1-0 pitch, that's low, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. Ogden Grand Junction, they're playing 2 today. Dave Erickson's here at the ball game today. And now they're going to walk Enriquez to face Tyler Jorgensen. So 2 on, 2 out. Jorgensen, who had a beautiful suicide squeeze for the Hawks in last night's 8th inning, steps to the plate. Hometown of Gilbert, Arizona. Left-handed hitter, 2 on, 2 out. The pitch is fouled out of play, and it's 0-1 on Tyler. Played at Cal State Bakersfielded Jorgensen, 6'2", 190. He's 23 years old. Jenkins trying to get out of this unscathed. Here's a ground ball to Van Marter. He'll take it to the bag himself for out number 3. No runs on a hit, no errors, 2 men left. Last call for the Chukars. They trail the Hawks 12-9 on KSBZ. Last call for the Chukars. Bottom of 9, it's 12-9. And Hunter Hiskey will lead things off against the flame-throwing Connor Dand. Dand hit Barmakian in the bottom of the 8th, then struck out Little, Feinstein, and Quiggle. 3 pretty tough hitters. Hunter last night was on base all 4 times. He doubled in the 1st, walked, singled in the 5th, and walked and scored in the 7th. Chukars down 12-9. Last chance. Hiskey batting .338 coming into last night's ballgame. That'll go up a few points. Hunter takes the first pitch, high, ball 1. Mom and Dad are here from Lee's Summit, Missouri. As a plane buzzes the field, here's a high pop-up. Third baseman goes out, now the shortstop, and he dropped it! And Hiskey's going to be at second base. Third baseman Jorgensen called for it, then he was called off by Rivero. The wind might have taken it away. It landed in the glove and popped out, and the Chukars get a break. Now let's see if they can take advantage. Tyler Kelly, 2 for 4 last night. So for the second straight inning, the Chukars have their leadoff man on base. Tyler hitting .374, but against Boise, just a .160. First pitch to Kelly, breaking ball, called strike 1. Only the 4th error by Rivero. Actually, the 5th, he made one last night as well. One of the best fielding shortstops, along with the Chukars' Tyler Van Marter. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss, and it's quickly 0-2 on Kelly. Ball was tipped foul, held on by Brian Smith, the catcher. Hiskey at second base. Nobody out. Chukars down by 3 here in the bottom of the 9th. That pitch is low. Good eye by TK, and the count is 1-2. On deck, Hogan Brown, to be followed by Sam Little. A couple of more left-handed hitters. Dan looks into his catcher, Smith, still looking. Checks the runner, Hiskey, at second. Kicks, 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to the right side. That'll be fielded by Dico Chea. Out number 1, over to third base goes Tyler Kelly. Hunter Hiskey goes to third. Kelly grounds out. Well, the Chukars need at least one more base runner to have a chance. Brown last night was 0 for 4. One of the newer Chukars on this team. Hogan out of Virginia Commonwealth. Runner at third, 1 out. Chukars down by 3. That pitch misses outside at 93 miles per hour. Again, we'll break for 30 minutes after this game is over. Go back to Fox Sports, and we'll be back with a 7-inning second game. 1-0 pitch, a swing and a miss on a nasty slider that came on the inside hands of the swinger Brown, and it's 1-1. Here's the pitch from Connor Dand. Another swing and a miss on another nasty slider. And it's 1-2. This guy has maybe been roughed up by other teams in the league, but not by Idaho Falls. And here's a ball hit into the dugout of the Chukars, and count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Season ERA is 4.22. But against the rest of the league, it's right around 8. Dan, 1-2 to Hogan Brown. Inside out swing, and that'll reach foul territory right in the Hawks bullpen down the left field line. So Brown staying alive. Sam Little on deck. Brown needs to get on. 1-2 pitch. That's hit to left field. That's going to be Miles Miller. He's going to make the catch. Hiskey tags up. And the throw is cut off. It's 12-10, but there are 2 away. So Brown gets a sac fly RBI. As Hiskey scores, and now it's Sam Little. Sam had a single and a triple last night. That triple in the 7th inning gave the Chukars the lead at 9-7. Has to get on base, left-handed hitter. And Sam hits it hard but foul down the first baseline. 0-1 the count. Nobody on base. Sam takes it in the dirt for a ball. It's 1-1. One and one the count. 2 outs. 12-10 the score. That pitch outside. 2 balls and a strike. On deck is Brady West if Sam Little gets on. 2-1 pitch to Sam. Fouled it back. Good cut. And it's 2-2.
Let's keep your back straight. Go to the home of the Backsaver mattress.
2-2 pitch. A little nubber right back to the pitcher. Dan, this should do it, and it does. The Chukars get a run on no hits. There was one error and nobody left on base. Final score 12-10. Hawks win the 16th game in the last 22. We'll come back with a quick post-game show right here on KSBZ. Back here at Melaleuca Field, the Hawks hang on to win the suspended game from last night. Final score 12-10 for Boise. 12 runs, 15 hits, 2 errors. They left 11 men on base. And for the Chukars, 10 runs, 11 hits, 2 errors. They left 7 men on base. Winning pitcher was Jared Price. His record now is 3-2. The loser, Griffin Brimmer, he is 0-1, and Connor Dand earns his 5th save of the season. 2 home runs were hit in last night's game. It was Brian Smith, the catcher, a 2-run shot in the 8th inning, his 6th. And for the Chukars, Matt Feinstein in the 4th inning, a 2-run home run, his 18th of the season. The game combined took 3 hours and 17 minutes to play. The official attendance will be 2,581. So the Chucks earned a half game, or picked up a half game on Billings with the Rocky Mountain win, but they give it right back as Boise defeats the Chukars 12-10. And again, we'll have a 7-inning ball game. Game time will be 5 o'clock, which means we'll be on the air right around 5:45 or 4:45, 4:50 with our Toyota pregame show. Until then, let's go back to Fox Sports.